Hey everyone, Claudio here. I'm gonna make a little video showing you how to use the sampler, or one of the ways to use the sampler. I mean, this is endless. You can use it in so many different ways, but I'm gonna show you something simple and quick that I did for this class. So let me share with you a sure sound. This should do it. Yes. And I'm gonna put this in here. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be looking at you much, so that's that. But so we're gonna start with Hannah. As one of the things that we're gonna be doing with Hannah is today we're gonna be familiarizing ourselves with the film. And one of the main things is I want you to be able to create your own sound palette. In other words, create a sound that is particularly yours and that is going to be part of the orchestral hybrid orchestra that we're going to create for this film, for this scene. So for that, I'm going to use a Cubase Sampler. You haven't used that in the past, let me tell you, it is a very, very powerful tool. Basically, what you do, you open Cubase as usual. Yeah. Um, you open Cubase, you know, right click or whatever you do to add a new track. It's not going to be an audio track, is going to be a sampler track, right? So you open your sample track, you call it whatever you want to call it, and then voila, this is your sampler. You can drop here anything, any sound, and you can create pads, you can create sounds using this very cool sampler that is contained in Cubase. And we're going to be using this actually. I want you to use this for this particular project. So what I did is I watched the film. I saw all these helicopters and I actually said, you know what, how about importing a helicopter sound? Pretty annoying, huh? So that's the helicopter sound. And I actually brought that helicopter sound um, into Cubase. And it sounds like this. Yep. Uh, so the first thing I actually did is as you can see, I can just grab it and drop it here. Now I have a, you know, helicopter chord, helicopter C major. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I didn't really wanted to have that. So the first thing that I ended up doing is actually I grabbed that sound. I was able to stretch it. So basically you go here, yeah, you come to this thing, you go to the time stretch thing. I ended up doing two things. I ended up stretching the helicopter and then reversing the helicopter by actually going to here to audio, and then I went to, what did I do? Process, yeah. And I went to reverse and then ended up sounding like this. So now the helicopter from the original sound now sounds like this. So then I actually grabbed that sound, yeah, and I put it into my helicopter pad, yeah. So So I did a few things. I loop it, yeah. So then you create a loop. So then it's a continuous loop. And I actually added some LFOs, some non-panning. I didn't change the octave actually. Um, just a couple of filters here and there, not too much. But the thing that I did that helped also was I went to my mixer and I added some reverb. I EQ it and I had a little bit of added some additional flanger. So the idea there was actually to make it to try not to make it sound like a helicopter, since I already had a helicopter in the movie. So my original helicopter sound that sounded like this. Now with all these other things, it starts to sound like that. Now, I wanted that sort of modulation, that type of motion to be part of another sound. So what I ended up doing is I use this synthesizer. Is actually Surge. Surge is a free synthesizer, analog synthesizer that you can actually use. I started with a preset. Burden is the name of the preset. I changed a few parameters here and there to my liking. I don't remember exactly what I did, and I saved it. And now I added to the helicopter sound, I added this pad from Surge, that is this free download that you can do. So this is my Surge, right? And then eventually what I wanted to do is to have both sounds together, right? I ended up creating a little piece here that actually ends up with the actual helicopter at the end. So let's listen to that. Basically, what this is the original helicopter pad, the original helicopter sound, stretched first, then reversed, then put into the sampler, looped, moved a couple of parameters, not too much, a little LFO, or some resonance. As you can see, there's not a lot of activity there, but then on top of that, I think the part that really helped was adding some reverb, add a EQ in it, especially EQing some of those ugly mid-rangey sounds, and then mixing it with this free download, uh, again based on a particular patch that I moved around a little bit, changed a couple of things here and there, and here's my creation. Let me mute myself and see if you can hear it. And as you can see, ends up with the wonderful helicopter. So people, I hope this helps. And yeah, I'm going to include this video into our canvas. And if you need to have an idea of how to use this, uh, go for it. Yeah. Okay. See you in class.